Hello, everybody. Hello, hello, hello. Good to see everybody. And there's zero people watching right now, but hello as it is. And I am talking solo. Solo, no one can hear me. Oh, there goes my mic, my headphones. Camera. Hello there. So, I don't know if as many people as you know, I am hearing impaired. I have a little bit of hearing. I have a 60% loss in my left ear and 45 in my right ear, which has been controversy to many things that I think people say. So I'm going to go through a couple of those parodies. Uh, it's pretty funny. Um, at least I think so. Um, Throughout the years growing up and stuff, uh, you know, even even songs threw me off. Like what they say, I think it was Huey Lewis. I want a new drug, and it didn't it it didn't register to me, but I thought he was singing I want a new truck, and the he said he wants a new truck, but then it didn't make sense because you know uh all these lyrics just the only thing I understood was he wanted a new truck. Um, it's like, okay, he wants a new truck. I'm going to go through a list of songs. I'm going to write down a list of songs uh, that have been played that I've listened to that are really better for easy listening. Um, but but growing up, interacting with my family and everything, it was really interesting to find out that I drive people crazy. I've driven them totally bonkers off the wall. Um, Now, like I say, growing up, you know, being in the church, for instance, being in the church, um, and with some of the sayings that they would say, and you'd say, "Thanks be to God," you know, that was the response in the Catholic Church, and he would say his thing, and I thought everyone was saying, "Thanks beating God, thanks beating God," and I thought, "Is that why I'm spanked so much as a kid?" So I got used to the God as being a beating God. Um, but that's, childhood abuse. No. Growing up, and so then we got, you know, further on down the line, I've told you about all the songs I've heard that I've I've totally destroyed. Um, Things like um, off the top of my head, I'm gonna have to start writing this stuff. I gotta write this stuff down before I come on here. Um, but a few examples of being hard of hearing is is classic. And this is even before I had hearing aids. Um, I was I worked a early morning shift job as a janitor at a college, and I'm going through town, and it was sort of slick a little bit, and I was coming down this steep grade, and I stopped, and there was a cop on the other part of the intersection, and I just sat there like a dummy for a few minutes, thinking, what is he thinking, and the cop is probably thinking, what is he thinking, why is he just sitting there? So I turned, he let me go first, and I'm thinking, how nuts, and I said, I thought, okay, here come the red and blue lights. So I pull over pretty much immediately, no problem, you know, and he was behind calling from his speaker or a megaphone or something. And I heard throw the key. What I did hear throw the keys out the window and stick your hands out the window. And then he had me get out of the car. Okay. And I was trying very intently to hear what he was saying. And then he said, you know, face away from me. And then he said, what he said was, hands on your head. And but that's not what I heard. What I heard was stand on your head. So I start sitting down on my rear end, and I tried putting my feet contortion wise, putting my feet on my head so that I'd be standing on my head. And the cop runs up and he says, "What the hell are you doing?" I said, "Well, you told me to stand on my head." And he says, "Well," I said, "No," I said, "hands on your head." He said, "Why would I tell you to stand on your head?" And my reply was, "You're the one with the gun, not me." So that was exciting. you know, I didn't get a ticket out of anything. Uh, I got of a lot of laughter out of that one. Um, and I thought that was pretty cool. Um, and there was a time even when I was still living at home, uh, my sister had been, graduating from college and stuff and getting a new job, and uh, she was looking for an apartment on her own. And, I'd overheard my mother saying that this landlord had called, and what I thought that my mother had said was that this guy asked her, this landlord asked if my mother if my sister was a good time. That's not what that's not what was said. And the next time I had seen my sister, I had said, "Well, you know, did mom tell you about that jerk of a landlord that said that you're asking if you're a good time?" You know, and you know, so she goes to my mother, and I'm hearing them arguing. You know, and then they both stop all of a sudden, and they look at me, and they said, "What did you think? Why would you say that the landlord asked if she was a good time?" I said, "Well, that's what you said." She says, "No, Landlord asked if she was a good tenant. Doy. Okay, so scratch another one in scratch another one in for the books of of not hearing quite right, you know. Um, so uh, on to being married. Um, there were things that were said that I thought differently. So this particular one, I had been in the living room and my wife was in the kitchen, and we had a candle in the kitchen on the stove, a little tea motive devotive or whatever. Um, and from the kitchen, what I heard was, "This candle is nothing but a pool of blacks." And I said, "What about Kansas?" And she started laughing. She says, she says, "I had said nothing about Kansas." She said she came in and parenthesized, like this: "The candle is nothing but a pool of wax." And it's like, okay, you're not racist, uh, you know, or anything like that, Um, and then there's the other time, uh, my second wife, yeah, my first wife got tired of me being deaf. Uh, my second wife, um, that was 30 days long. um, what she said was, my kitchen towel, or my towel always keeps falling on the kitchen floor. And what I thought she said was, Mike Ditka keeps falling on my kitchen floor. So I said, "What about Mike Ditka?" All right, thank you, everybody. Good night.